Anytime that you're working with a team, communication is critical. What's really nice about GitHub is all of the different types of tools that we have for communicating with collaborators and other people that might be visiting your project and are curious about what you're doing. Now, in a moment, I'm going to show you issues, which is probably the main way to communicate with people. But I want to show you some of the granular level control you have in GitHub for passing information back and forth or talking about things. All right, so I'm going to go to GitHub for Web Designers, and I'm just going to click on right here for my commits. So when I click on these commits, I have a full list of all my history, everything that's been done so far, that sort of thing. And you can sort of see now why I said earlier why it's such a good idea to be verbose in kind of what you're talking about or your summaries so that you know exactly what you're doing. So if I go to one of these commits and click on the commit itself, I get a more detailed reference in terms of what was actually happening here. You can see in this one, I'm changing the README file and I'm adding the link. So what's really cool about this is if I come out here, I can go to the little plus symbol that's right beside any of these lines. And on any of these lines, I can click and I can add a comment. So I could say something like, Dan, don't worry about updating this. I've got it. And I can say comment on this line. And that adds an inline comment that says, Dan, don't worry about updating this. I've got it. Now, to be honest with you, this is really good for what they call commit reviews, meaning you as a team are going over a commit and reviewing the code, seeing what got changed, and then commenting on whether you think that change was successful or not, or whether there's maybe a better way to do this. This is not a great way to send messages back and forth between each other, obviously. So this is part of a very dedicated workflow. In order to send maybe a more broad set of communications, we'll use issues, and we'll do that next.